Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into the sometimes brutal, always fascinating world of business, and more specifically, business failures. Because while success stories are inspiring, there's often a lot more to learn from companies that once ruled their respective industries but ultimately stumbled and fell. We're talking about giants, titans, behemoths even that couldn't quite keep up with the ever-changing world. Over the next 10 examples, we're going to explore how these companies went from being household names to cautionary tales, and what lessons we can glean from their downfalls. Buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride. Welcome to our countdown of 10 giant companies that failed spectacularly. These companies were once leaders in their industries, but couldn't keep up with changing times. Let's dive in and learn from their mistakes and successes. Blockbuster. The mere mention of the name probably conjures up nostalgic memories for many of us. The smell of popcorn, the aisles upon aisles of VHS tapes and later DVDs, the agonizing decision of what to watch on a Friday night. For a long time, Blockbuster, the video rental industry, at its peak, Blockbuster boasted over 9,000 stores globally, raking in billions in revenue. So, how did this titan of entertainment fall? Well, a big part of it can be attributed to Blockbuster's failure to adapt to the digital revolution. Back in the early 2000s, a little company called Netflix started making waves with its DVD buy-mail service. Blockbuster dismissed them as a niche player, underestimating the power of convenience and on-demand entertainment. They famously passed on the opportunity to acquire Netflix for a measly $50 million. As high-speed internet became more commonplace, streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime Video began to dominate the market. Blockbuster's late attempts to enter the digital space were too little, too late, leading to their bankruptcy in 2010. And so, the once mighty rental empire crumbled, leaving behind a legacy of nostalgia and missed opportunities. Remember those indestructible Nokia phones? Nokia was a dominant force, controlling over 40% of the global market. The rise of the smartphone changed the game, and Nokia stumbled. They were slow to recognize touchscreens and app ecosystems. Nokia clung to its outdated Symbian OS. Partnering with Microsoft in 2011, they hoped to catch up. The partnership was largely unsuccessful. By 2014, Nokia sold its mobile division to Microsoft. Nokia's story highlights the need to adapt to disruptive technologies. In today's fast-paced tech world, staying ahead is crucial. The name Kodak was once synonymous with photography. For over a century, they were pioneers in the industry, bringing affordable photography to the masses with their iconic cameras and film. It's almost ironic, then, that the very technology that would ultimately lead to their demise was invented by Kodak. Back in 1975, Kodak engineers developed the world's first digital camera. However, instead of embracing this groundbreaking invention, they shelved it, fearing it would cannibalize their highly profitable film business. While Kodak clung to its analog roots, the digital revolution was gaining momentum. Competitors like Sony, Canon, and Nikon seized the opportunity, flooding the market with increasingly sophisticated and affordable digital cameras. By the time Kodak finally entered the digital market in earnest, it was too late. Kodak filed for bankruptcy in 2012, a cautionary tale of how even the most innovative companies can falter if they're too afraid of change. It's a stark reminder that innovation isn't just about invention, it's about constantly evolving and adapting to stay ahead of the curve. Sears. For generations, this retail giant was an American institution. They pioneered catalog shopping, bringing a vast selection of goods to people's homes long before the internet made online shopping commonplace. So how did this retail behemoth fall from grace? One word: adaptation. Sears, despite its early success with catalog sales, failed to grasp the transformative power of the internet and the rise of e-commerce. While competitors like Walmart and Target were investing heavily in their online presence and logistics, Sears remained stubbornly tethered to its brick-and-mortar model. Their website was clunky, their online shopping experience was lackluster, and their once impressive catalog business became a relic of the past. To make matters worse, Sears failed to invest in updating its stores, which often felt outdated and uninspiring. By the time Sears realized the need to adapt, it was too late. The retail landscape had changed and consumers had flocked to online giants like Amazon. Sears, burdened by debt and unable to keep pace, filed for bankruptcy in 2018. Remember when Yahoo was gateway to the internet? Yahoo was a true pioneer. Their search engine, email service, and news portal were essential tools. So how did this giant lose its way? Missed opportunities and strategic blunders? They passed on acquiring Google for $1 million. Google quickly rose to dominate search. Yahoo's homepage became cluttered, and social media attempts fell flat. In 2017, Verizon acquired Yahoo, marking the end of an era. For generations of children, Toys R Us was the ultimate toy destination. Those iconic aisles overflowing with every imaginable toy sparked joy and endless hours of playtime. But the once unstoppable toy giant couldn't withstand the changing retail landscape. The rise of online retailers, particularly Amazon, dealt a significant blow to Toys R Us. While Amazon offered a vast selection, competitive prices, and the convenience of online shopping, Toys R Us struggled to adapt its brick-and-mortar model to the digital age. Their website, though operational, lacked the user experience and seamlessness of Amazon, and their efforts to compete on price often fell short. This digital disadvantage was compounded by a heavy debt burden resulting from a leverage buyout in 2005. This debt made it incredibly difficult for Toys R Us to invest in the necessary upgrades to their online presence and store experience. In 2017, facing mounting losses and unable to service their massive debt, Toys R Us filed for bankruptcy. It's a stark reminder that even in an industry seemingly immune to digital disruption, adaptation is key. Before iPhones and Androids ruled, there was BlackBerry. They were the pioneers of the business smartphone with that satisfying clicky keyboard. So how did BlackBerry fall from its throne? They clung to physical keyboards and BlackBerry OS, missing the touchscreen revolution. The iPhone's touchscreen and App Store changed everything. BlackBerry was slow to adapt, and the market moved on. The story of Enron isn't just a tale of corporate failure, it's a cautionary tale. Enron was an energy giant, hailed for its innovation and growth. They were the darlings of Wall Street, but beneath the success lay deceit and corruption. Enron's downfall was due to greed and massive accounting fraud. In 2001, Enron filed for bankruptcy, one of the largest collapses in history. Enron's downfall is a reminder of the importance of transparency and ethics in business. Enron's downfall is a reminder of the importance of transparency and ethics in business. Before Facebook dominated the social media landscape, there was MySpace. In the early 2000s, MySpace was the place to connect with friends, discover music, and express yourself online. So, how did MySpace go from being the king of social networking to a digital ghost town? A confluence of factors contributed to MySpace's decline, including management missteps, a cluttered user experience, and the meteoric rise of Facebook. MySpace profiles often became cluttered and difficult to navigate, lacking the clean, user-friendly interface that Facebook would later perfect. Furthermore, MySpace struggled to control the proliferation of spam and inappropriate content, which tarnished its reputation. But perhaps the most significant factor in MySpace's downfall was the emergence of Facebook. Launched in 2004, Facebook initially targeted college students with its clean interface and focus on real-world connections. Facebook's approach rapidly gained traction, attracting a wider audience and gradually eclipsing MySpace. By the late 2000s, Facebook had become the dominant force in social media, and MySpace faded into relative obscurity. The year 2008 will forever be etched in financial history as the year the global system teetered on the brink of collapse. At the heart of this crisis lay the downfall of Lehman Brothers, a 158-year-old investment bank. Lehman's demise triggered a global financial earthquake. Excessive risk-taking and the bursting of the US housing bubble led to Lehman's collapse. As housing prices plummeted, defaults on subprime mortgages skyrocketed. On September 15, 2008, Lehman Brothers filed for bankruptcy, sending shockwaves through the global financial system. The aftermath saw global stock markets crash and governments scrambling for bailouts. So, there you have it. 10 cautionary tales of corporate giants that stumbled and fell, leaving behind valuable lessons for businesses of all sizes. These stories highlight the importance of adaptability, innovation, and a healthy dose of foresight in navigating the treacherous waters of the business world. Many of these companies, at their peak, seemed invincible, but they all shared a common flaw. They failed to adapt to changing market dynamics, clung to outdated business models, or in some cases made ethically questionable decisions that ultimately proved to be their undoing. Their stories serve as a stark reminder that even the mightiest can fall, and that success in the business world is not a destination, but a journey of constant adaptation, innovation, and a commitment to ethical conduct. Thanks for joining us on this journey through corporate history's cautionary tales. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Until next time, stay curious.